leaving. Don't get in front of me. You're pulling your gun on me? Okay, he's pulling his gun on me. Everybody, I have not done anything criminally wrong. He's pulling his gun on me.
Hello, YouTube! Happy friggin' Easter! Hope you found all your eggs. It's GMan 5338, your streetwise professor. A couple public service announcements today. First one being, remember to hit that subscribe button. Number 2, how to survive a police interaction. That's right. Gonna talk today about how to avoid getting the boys in blue pulling the chunk on you. You feel me? Stay tuned. What we're gonna do is we're gonna check out a Canadian traffic stop out in Waterloo, Ontario, where a man is pulled over for having the wrong license plates, actually not having any license plates at all on his vehicle. And the cops, they gotta do their thing. So pay attention and see why it happens. And we'll talk about it as it unfolds. So without further ado, whoop whoop.
Do you suspect me of a crime?
You have no license plate.
Do you suspect me of a crime where my baby?
You have to identify yourself under the Highway Traffic Act.
No, I do not. I just proved in court I do not have to identify myself to a police officer.
Now look, the first way and the quickest way to avoid being shot by the cops is not to have an interaction with them. All right? Now this gentleman in the video has decided that he doesn't need license plates on his car. He will make his own out of cardboard, which is what he's done. Right? This is the reason for the traffic stop. Now, this is against the Highway Traffic Act of Ontario, okay? So, under that act, he now has to identify himself. In fact, the police can pull you over in Ontario at any time to check that you have valid insurance on your vehicle, that your vehicle is registered, and that you have a valid driver's license. Yes. So, what did we learn? The first thing not to do is have an interaction with the police. That's the best way you can avoid getting shot by them.
Because I'm a freeman on the land, number 1. And number 2, you guys suspect me of criminal activity to detain me. So, yes, you do. I don't care what your Highway Traffic Act says, that's the law.
You have to identify yourself under the Highway Traffic Act.
Do you suspect me of a crime, sir?
No.
Am I free to go?
No, you're not.
So you're going to detain me?
If you don't identify yourself, I'm going to arrest you.
For what? I've done anything criminally wrong. But that's not a criminal act. You only have authorization to detain somebody if they've done something criminally wrong. I don't care what your Highway Traffic Act says. I have no contracts under the act. I've canceled them all, so you can't enforce it on me.
Okay, are you going to tell me your name?
No, I'm not. I don't have to. That's my right.
Okay, I'm just going to wait for another unit to get
That's
here.
fine.
Okay.
Bring your chief too, because he knows who I am.
Okay, I will.
I know my rights.
Yourself.
I'm operating under the Republic of Canada. That's a legal jurisdiction here in Canada. Because Canada's dissolved. Canada's dissolved. I'm also going to hand you this paperwork.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. So this officer's accepting the paperwork that we are a criminal organization. So that's on camera. And also, you guys have been involved in kidnapping our child with Children's Aid Society. So here's another legal document because you're involved in kidnapping our child, which is also why we don't comply with your laws, because you guys are thieves to us. You thieved our child from us. So we will not comply or acknowledge you.
Your name's not on here either.
No, it's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be. These are things I'm issuing to you because...
who you are.
No, you do not. I just proved that in criminal court. Bud.
Now, sometimes these interactions are just unavoidable, okay? They're going to happen. Like I said, in Ontario, you can get pulled over just so they can check your documents. All right? So, when the cops pull you over, the second thing you need to remember, okay, if you are in America, okay, you have the right to remain silent. If you are in Canada, okay, you are not obliged to say anything, okay, other than to identify yourself. Okay, you can either provide a valid driver's license, some type of government-issued identification, or you can simply provide your name, date of birth, and home address. And this should suffice, all right? But other than that, you should probably just keep your mouth shut. Let the cop do the talking. Now watch what happens when you do the talking.
The judge bowed down to me. It took 2 minutes because you're using trust law in the court, and I know it. Okay. So because of that, I know I don't have to identify myself to a cop.
Okay.
I know my rights, man. Sorry. I'll stand on them.
I don't think you do.
I do. I've been arrested twice and never been charged.
Have you read the
You
highway-
guys are, I consider you guys a threat to me because you've detained me twice. I have not been convicted in
Have you
court.
ever had an opportunity to read the Highway Traffic Act?
I don't need to. I canceled my contracts under the Highway Traffic Act. You can't enforce that act on me.
Okay.
I operate under common law jurisdiction of the Republic of Canada.
Okay.
Okay.
I've never heard of it.
Well, you did today, and you should learn. You should learn that your oath to the Queen's nullified and abolished, and you guys don't have authority.
Look, now there's 2 other cruisers here.
I don't care. I'm standing for my rights, man. Plain and simple. Bring them all. Bring your whole force. I am not intimidated at all, man.
Okay.
I know my rights. Don't open my door.
I need you to identify yourself.
No, you don't. You have no right to open my door.
He's a sovereign citizen. He won't identify himself. So,
Now, among the many problems that happen when you start doing the talking, all right, is that you're not listening to what the cop is telling you, all right? You need to pay attention to what they are telling you, all right? Because the thing is that the place to argue your case is not on the street, all right? A police officer only needs to have reasonable grounds when it comes to a criminal offense, all right, in order to lay a charge and to arrest. Okay, that is far different than beyond a reasonable doubt in court. Okay, you just need reasonable grounds. Okay, which is a set of facts or circumstances that would cause an ordinary, prudent, cautious person to have a strong belief in and goes beyond mere suspicion. All right, that's all they need. So don't argue this case on the street because you're going to lose. All right. And the more you argue, the more in danger you put yourself. Okay. Again, shut your mouth. Watch what happens when you don't listen to the cops.
are you going to identify yourself?
I do not have to, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Open my door. You have no right to fucking touch me. You guys have kidnapped our child.
Walk him in.
Nope, I'm leaving. Don't get in front of me. You're pulling your gun on me? Okay, he's pulling his gun
Now
on
the
me.
next thing. Quattros. The reason this guy almost gets his friggin' melon split open by a 9mm, all right, is because he just decides to leave, yo. Remember that your car is going to be considered a weapon, all right? If you drive off, all right, you hit somebody or your car is pointing at another police officer, okay, while you're driving away, they are going to pull their trunk and expel some rounds into your melon. And it's pretty gross when that happens. This guy is pretty friggin' lucky, all right? But now he continues, okay, to be resistant with the police, all right? They have every right now to arrest this guy on criminal grounds, all right? Watch what happens as he continues to resist.
Everybody, I have not done anything criminally wrong. He's pulling his gun on me. No. No.
Turn it off now.
It's off.
Do it.
Parking brakes on. I'm no threat.
Open your car door.
I'm no threat. They're pointing their guns at me just because I don't have the right plates on my car. That's why.
Ready to grab it.
You guys don't have this authority. You're gonna break my window. Don't. I'll open my door. Don't. Ow, asshole. What the hell?
Get out of the car now.
Okay, they just broke my glass. See that? Beautiful.
Get out of
Good
the
job.
car. Get out of the
I'm
fucking
getting
car
out.
now.
I have nothing on me. Oh, you're gonna cut me. Don't. Oh, open the door. You're gonna cut me. You're going to cut me.
Now, personally, that's one of my favorite parts in that whole 4 minutes, all right, is when that window gets broken, okay, because that guy has now realized that all the bullshit he was spewing, okay, has now got him nowhere fast. Whereas if he had just shut his mouth, okay, he probably would have been let on his way with nothing but a ticket, okay? If all he did was identify himself, which is all he had to do, okay, he would have got a ticket. Instead, now, okay, he's going to go to jail. He's got to get new underwear because I guarantee that man shit his drawers, right? You could hear him fetching and moaning, okay, when he realized that he had made a big mistake, all right? Now, I stand by the cops and how they acted here, all right? They were in danger. That guy was not thinking clearly or logically, all right? Now, this is not your typical traffic stop. This guy is what's called a freeman on the land or a sovereign citizen. All right, they have a different way of looking at laws and society and how things go. All right, but I see a lot of traffic stops that roll this way, where people try to argue the law at the side of the road. Do not do this, okay? So, what have we learned? If you get pulled over by the police, all right, the first thing is to avoid getting pulled over by the police, okay? If you get pulled over by the police, shut up. Okay? You do have to identify yourself if you are driving the vehicle. All right? So be prepared to do that. Let it happen. All right? But let the cop do the rest of the talking. Okay? Don't tell them what you did wrong. None of that shit. Okay? Don't talk to them. Don't argue with them. Just let them do what they're going to do. All right? Now, the rest is kind of up to you, how you play it. All right? Whether you want to be snotty or polite, it's up to you. But remember, you're probably going to be writing your own ticket. All right? Which means that if you're going to be an asshole to the cop, you're probably going to have an asshole cop back dealing with you. All right? So, either be quiet or try to be polite. All right? This is how you're going to survive. And remember that the street is not the place to argue your case. Okay? Take it to court if you have to. All right? Argue the law on your own if you can't afford a lawyer. All right? But when you get pulled over by the cops, when you have an interaction with the cops, keep your mouth closed. Keep your ears open. And let the cops do what they're paid to do, which is their job. Okay? And don't resist. All right? Don't fight back. This is not the place to be fighting. Okay? Like I said, the courtroom is the place for you to make your stand. That's where it counts. Okay? Now, I hope you're all doing well and good on this extra long weekend. I hope you're enjoying the holidays with family and friends if you got them. All right? E-buddies, whatever. All right? I hope you're all doing well. Stay up. Stay strong. Look out for each other, people, because we are all we have. Peace.
We still living when the loving is gone. Kill, kill was a government song. Sing along, it's just my brothers in arms. Gotta stick together, now more than ever, it's on.